We are back. So we were talking to John about Ed Rogers and getting the band back together. And I want to let you know that in Aspen this year and also at Tenny Mountain, New Hampshire, I was able to interview Ed. What a character and what a history that man has. He is a legend.
He is. He's an icon in the ski industry. Worked on the World Cups when they first came to the United States back in the late 60s and early 70s. Started the Pro Tour as sort of the B Tour underneath Bob Bietti's A Tour of World Pro Skiing. And then when Bietti wrapped up his tour in the early 80s, Ed's tour became the dominant tour and ultimately used some of the same IP as World Pro Skiing for form the World Pro Ski Tour. And it became, the #1 dual slalom racing tour in the world. When he came back in 2017, once again, it proved it's the best format in the world because you can actually tell who's winning the race. I defy anybody to watch a World Cup or an Olympic ski race and tell who wins. But in World Pro Skiing, because the guys are racing head-to-head, it's whoever crosses the finish line first. In addition to that, it's a fairer format because the racers are up against each other, next to each other. In a World Cup race, the conditions can be completely different from the first racer to the 70th racer. Not only the snow, but the wind and everything else. So you can have one racer racing on a completely different course than a racer that goes 10 racers later. The wind can pick up, the wind can go away, but when you're racing side by side, you have the same conditions as the racer next to you. So, we all feel it's a fairer format, and the best in the world have come out and raced with us. So we know that top athletes like River Rodimus currently, and Paula Moltzen, and Raphael Hauser, and others that are racing the World Cup, they come race the World Pro Ski Tour. They have a great time, and the competition really rocks it.
So let's skip ahead a little bit to the future. Now, this year was kind of a building time for it, and you guys are trying to get some more events, some more ski areas involved, and it looks pretty positive from what I understand.
Well, yeah, we've had a great run the last 4 or 5 years. We've brought in some top international sponsors, companies like Mazda and Celsius and Seiko and Jägermeister, and some of the best companies in the world have gotten behind the World Pro Ski Tour in the last 4 or 5 years. So we've shown that we can compete at the highest level of any sports on the sponsorship sales side. And on our Fox television shows last summer, they ran over 80 times. So we've got great benefits to deliver to world-class sponsors. In addition, we've been to some of the best ski areas in North America, places like Aspen, places like Taos, places like Tenney, places like Vail, so Steamboat Springs, Colorado. So we've gone to the best ski areas with some of the best sponsors, and we have the top racers. So things are looking really positive for the future.
Something that really impressed me about the tour is the people that work for the tour. There's people that have been there for 10, 20, maybe even 30 years. They've been working the tour. It's impressive.
Yeah, there is definitely a group of people who are passionate about this style of ski racing and have worked with Ed and with me since the 1970s. John Jacobs, who's an FIS technical delegate, he raced on the tour back in the 80s and 90s perhaps. Kevin Clark, the tour announcer, was a tour racer. So you have generations of people. John Jacobs' son races on the tour now. So you have multiple generations of families that have been on, raced on, and followed the World Pro Ski Tour since its inception in the 1960s through its current iteration now.
We're going to take another break, and then I want to talk to you about your background.
Hey, Billy.